Fan favorite Tom Bombadil has finally made his way into the big screen. Not in the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit films like most fans would have wanted, but instead in the Rings of Power show. But who exactly is Tom Bombadil in Tolkien's writings? Tom Bombadil appears in The Lord of the Rings and in The Adventures of Tom Bombadil. In Tom's own words about himself, "Eldest, that's what I am." Tom remembers the first raindrop and the first acorn. He knew the dark under the stars when it was fearless before the Dark Lord came from the outside. So exactly how old is Tom? Well, no one actually knows. He personally claims to have been there since or even before the first Valar arrived in Arda, which expands farther than and includes Middle-earth. At some point before everything, Tom left where he was from and arrived in Middle-earth, where he wandered and explored, witnessing the arrival of the first rains and the sprouting of the forest. He could have witnessed the awakening of the elves and dwarves, but only Tom would know for sure. We do know he had some interaction with elves and dwarves and men because he had many different names given to him. The elves called him Arrowade, meaning old and young, meaning he has always been but always physically never changing. Or Ben-Adar, meaning without a father. He was also known as Orald to men and Farn to the dwarves. How deep and the great of his interactions with the different peoples of Middle-earth we may never know. Tom would eventually finish his wandering expedition and settle down in Eriador, the northern region of Middle-earth, before the first elves would arrive. When Tom arrived here, other ancient characters attempted to capture Tom for their own means, including Goldberry, who he would eventually marry, Old Man Willow, a great willow tree of the Old Forest, and the Badger Folk. There was power in Tom's voice and singing, and this defeated their enchantments, causing Tom's release. During the Third Age, he dwelt outside the Old Forest. He would witness the arrival of hobbits in the area, and that would settle down in the Shire. Tom would occasionally visit the halflings, especially those in Buckland. They were the ones who would name him Bombadil, which is the later name that he would claim for himself. In the year 3018, Tom would encounter Frodo and company, saving them from Old Man Willow. Frodo would tell Tom all about the One Ring and their plans thus far for it. Tom asked Frodo to see the ring, and Frodo would happily give it to him. Tom would put the ring on, but the ring had no effect on Tom. Tom would even make the ring disappear, then gave the ring back to Frodo to keep. Even when Frodo put the ring on and disappeared, Tom was still able to see Frodo. The One Ring had no effect over Tom, and thus he had no interest in it at all. After the ring was destroyed, Gandalf went and spent some time with Tom, but we know nothing else about this meeting or what was even discussed there. Sam Gamgee would write 2 poems about Tom in the Red Book of Westmarch in order to pass on the legend of Tom Bombadil to future generations. Little is known about who or what Tom truly is, but there are many different theories out there, and we will do another video on all the theories of who exactly is Tom and what kind of creature or person Tom actually is. Even Tolkien himself said that some things must remain mysterious in any narrative, especially if an explanation does exist. So that is just some quick information on who Tom Bombadil is. Let me know what you think about Tom Bombadil in the Rings of Power in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next video.